Welcome to Metabolic Mythbusters, where we explore the truth about your metabolism, energy, and overall health.
You've cut the calories, tracked every meal, and increased the intensity of your workouts, yet the scale remains completely stagnant. By mid-afternoon, you are likely hitting a wall of fatigue, forced to rely on sheer mental effort to fight off the urge for something sugary. You might notice small, seemingly harmless changes, like the sudden appearance of skin tags or velvet-like darkened patches of skin on the back of your neck. These physical markers signal that your hormonal system is under significant pressure and struggling to maintain its internal balance. Currently, 88% of American adults are metabolically unhealthy, meaning their bodies are biologically restricted from accessing stored fat for fuel. Many people seek answers from their doctor for this persistent exhaustion, only to be told that their routine fasting glucose looks perfectly normal. This creates a dangerous sense of security because blood sugar levels are often the very last metric to show signs of trouble. This data reveals a massive chronological gap. While your blood sugar may appear stable for years, your insulin levels could be climbing steadily in the background to keep it that way. Passing a standard blood test doesn't guarantee a healthy metabolism. It often just means your body is working 10 times harder than it should to maintain the status quo. When you eat, your body releases insulin, a hormone signaling cells to open and absorb glucose. But after years of high-carb diets and frequent snacking, these cellular storage units become saturated, leaving no room for incoming energy. To protect itself from the toxic effects of excess sugar, the cell becomes less responsive. It ignores the hormonal signal, refusing to let any more glucose inside. This state of cellular rejection is what we define as insulin resistance. At this stage, weight loss stalls because the internal communication system managing your energy is compromised. Because the glucose is rejected by the cells, it remains trapped in the bloodstream, where it begins to reach hazardous levels. The pancreas reacts to this buildup by flooding the system with even more insulin, desperately trying to force the cells to respond. This creates a systemic imbalance where high levels of insulin are constantly circulating in your blood. High insulin acts as a biological command that forces the body to prioritize fat storage while simultaneously blocking the breakdown of existing fat reserves. This is exactly why you can feel completely starved for energy, even while your body is visibly gaining weight. Your energy is being held in storage, and you are biologically unable to use it. To reverse this, the focus must shift from calorie restriction to restoring your body's sensitivity to its own hormones. One effective tool is consuming a single tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in water before your largest meal. This graph illustrates the impact. The vinegar helps flatten the glucose response, which can reduce the subsequent insulin spike by up to 30%. You can also change the order in which you eat. By consuming fiber and protein first, you change how your body processes the carbohydrates that follow. This sequence creates a buffer in the gut that slows down sugar absorption, preventing the liver from being overwhelmed. Additionally, implementing a 16-hour fasting window allows your insulin levels to drop low enough for the body to finally begin clearing out its internal stores. These methods allow the saturated cells time to utilize their stored energy, eventually restoring the body's ability to respond to hormonal signals. Persistent weight gain is often a symptom of a specific chemical imbalance, rather than a failure of willpower. By managing the hormonal response to food, you move away from the struggle of constant restriction and toward a functioning metabolism. When you stabilize your insulin, your body regains the ability to use its fat reserves for fuel, making weight loss a predictable outcome of improved metabolic health.